Thanks for staying with us. As we continue to zoom into the promises made by various political parties, one of the country's smaller parties, Aljama-ah, wants state land in many municipalities to be used to build houses for backyard dwellers and the homeless. The party will be fielding at least 1,000 candidates in the upcoming local government elections. Aljama-ah launched its election manifesto in Kliptown. Now, for more on the story, I am joined by the party leader, Ganief Hendricks. Mr. Hendricks, a pleasure to have you on the program this afternoon. Now, considering the concerns that citizens have been raising around the country on many aspects related to service delivery, what will Aljama-ah be putting forward to help address some of the challenges facing our communities?
Thank you very much. I am broadcasting from Beng in the Free State, where 90% of our candidates are young females. So we are the political party that gives young women an opportunity. Housing is one of our top priorities, and we've been consulting with our constituency in 7 provinces, in 30 municipalities, including this municipality. And like you said, we have 1,000 candidates. And one of the main concerns was housing. So I serve on the ad hoc committee in Parliament on confiscating land without compensation. So we are very active in understanding the opportunities that are available. I'm not talking top structures. I'm talking land. It's important that when we win municipalities or we have the balance of power, we will transfer that balance of power to the people. And we will get the mandate of the people to get the state or the authority that will be established by the legislation to confiscate state land. Now, state land belongs to municipalities, it belongs to the army, it belongs to other entities, and there are large tracts of land available. There are also golf courses available in municipalities, and so we are also one, because municipalities rent out these golf courses. Some of these courses are hundreds of hectares at the rental of 100 rand a year, and while people don't have proper housing. So what we want to do is, we feel the priority is homeless people and people living in the backyards of their parents or living in shacks. And it is our policy and our mission to use the state land that is being confiscated to give every person a title deed of at least 100 square meters of land. And we feel that no one will have a quarrel if that is allocated to young people, because they have the resources, they have the energy to do something real about the land if they have the title deed. And we're talking about all over South Africa. All South Africans must have a title deed, must have a minimum of 100 square meter of land registered in their name, and we should leave it to them to take it further. Now, I know that the state has opportunities for top structures. There's so many subsidies available. I'm helping the Navy in Simonstown to get houses for sailors. So that is Aljama-ah's position, that we want to give hope to young people. And once you give them a piece of land that they own, they immediately have an asset. And the land must be given free. And they don't have to pay for the land. But obviously, when they develop the land, it will depend upon the resources that the municipality and the province and the state make available. So that is one of the plans that we have. And then when it comes to the golf courses, we want to have high density houses as rental stock. So there are a lot of people on waiting lists, and they should be given the rental stock. But these golf courses leave the holes so that people can enjoy golf. Why can't the African young teenager start learning golf? But around the holes on the golf course, there's tracts and tracts of land. So we are looking at high-density rental units like they have in Singapore. Singapore is a model that we can use, and that will help reduce the housing backlog. We also know that the that Bloemfontein, the province, they own over 50 billion rand worth of properties, but they value it on the balance sheet as only 1 billion. All that land, all those buildings, we should look at it, and it must be redesigned, and then we must have flats that people can live in. So the situation with housing in South Africa is not hopeless. We have the land, we have these buildings, we have these golf courses, and we're not saying remove the golf courses. We are saying build high-density properties on these golf courses, so people live in a nice environment. They can have a day playing golf, but they will have a decent place to live in.
Mr. Hendricks, if you'll allow me for a moment, you've addressed issues around housing and also highlighted that much of your manifesto is youth-centered. I see with you there, you are flanked by young black men and women. And speaking about an area like Dislabeng, I'm quite familiar with that area, and unemployment is still quite rife there. Speak to us about what's Aljama-ah's plan with regards to addressing issues such as unemployment, especially amongst young black people.
Yes, look, as you know, yesterday we were in Kliptown, the Freedom Charter, and I drove 5 hours to this place by car to meet young people, to speak to them about the needs that you have highlighted. And obviously, jobs is very important. I'm a member of the Portfolio Committee on Small Business Development in Parliament. And in the Cape Flats, where we also have young people, like these young leaders that we have behind me, and there's nearly 100 of them here in this church hall. Housing, jobs is very important. So we provide 2 days of training to show them how they can apply for government funding. My committee has 8 opportunities for people to access grants up to 2 million rand. And for 40% is a free grant, the other 6% is a loan at 5% interest. We have 8 other projects where there are grants that you don't have to pay for. So when they attend the 2-day training program, we will show them how to be compliant to apply for these loans. And there's so much red tape, unfortunately. While we're trying to remove the red tape, we will have to go through the process in the meantime. Then the 2-day course will enable them to identify one of the 1,000 products that President Ramaphosa has ring-fenced for young people to manufacture, to sell, to distribute, and no big businesses will be allowed to manufacture these products. So we want to ask these young people, which of the 1,000 presidential products do you want to do business with? Many young people that we've assisted, their products are already listed in Pick n Pay, in Shoprite, in Macro, and they've been very helpful in giving them, listing their products and giving them shelf space and allowing them to put their marketing material there. So we also want to identify a building in this area where I am or where our constituency come from. We'll see who votes for us. If you don't vote for us, we're not going to put up an incubator in the area. So we want to put up incubators. And as you know, I was a pioneer of the internet. I got an award in 2002. I created next generation jobs. I created new revenue streams. And we will assist these young people to start businesses for the 4th industrial revolution. Not stone age jobs. Right. We're not going to teach them how to start businesses to sweep streets. So there's some excitement, which I'm sure later on I'm going to share with them. And we're going to start a process. So I am here not to ask them to vote for us, but to ask young people to start, to join the 2-day training course, to participate in the incubators, and to start businesses and create jobs so many of their friends and family can join them in the businesses. That's what we must do for young people.
Mr. Hendricks, before I let you go, and we are fast running out of time, now Aljama-ah is a party founded on Islamic principles. Speak to us now about how much of this informs your election manifesto, and have you been able to widen your appeal to people who aren't exactly Islamic?
Yeah, look, we are a Muslim party, so that's our moral values. And we want to show we are a charitable community. We promote good neighborliness. We are a peaceful community. We're the most peaceful community in South Africa. But the Muslim community is only 1% of South Africa, 2%. So once we establish a nice little base to get 1 or 2 seats, we now have a platform for all communities. Half of our 1,000 candidates are outside our faith. We're not a religious party.
Right.
We are a political party. We don't push our religion. We don't want people to pray 5 times a day, go to Mecca, fast a whole month. No, that is not. We are a political party, and already we have, in the last election, we helped 15,000 Zulus outside our faith in escort, and they managed to get, they voted for us. We gave them the 2 seats, and for 5 years they could service the community. We now have agreement with the Khoi, the very Nama family that met Jan van Riebeeck in 1652 at Big Bay, and we launched our relationship on Big Bay, where Jan van Riebeeck landed, and we're taking the issues of the Khoi to Parliament. So we are a Muslim party, but we're a platform for all communities. And what helps is, when we go into communities like here, we don't have a single Muslim member amongst our candidates here. But when they go and stand as candidates, the Muslim community in the town will be mobilized to also vote for them.
Right.
Muslims must vote for these young leaders, and that's the advantage of Aljama-ah. Besides their own constituency, their own friends, their own neighbors, the larger Muslim community will be fascinated by the fact that they've joined the Aljama-ah platform, and we hope to get their vote, especially in Bethlehem. We are calling on the Muslim residents of Bethlehem. They didn't come forward as candidates. They're not interested in politics. Maybe they're with other parties, but they must support our candidates from Bethlehem and the other 3 or 4 municipalities that we are contesting in the Free State.
Well, Mr. Hendricks, thank you very much for your time. That's Ganief Hendricks, who's the leader of Aljama-ah, saying that his party has a wider appeal and not just centered on the Muslim community. He's out in Dihlabeng in the Free State, where youth unemployment continues to persist, especially among the young people in that area.